Hey you, welcome back to the channel. And today guys, I guess we'll be making a kind of a YouTube slash Steemit video. As I think this information will pertain mostly to both YouTubers and Steemit users. And so last series of videos been talking about Steemit a lot. I discovered it the other week. I have enjoyed my time on there so far. Still learning, still learning. A lot of information to learn about Steemit. But yeah, having a good time over there. Just learning the community, posting, trying to share some of the content I've done over here on YouTube, over on Steemit. But I want to talk about something I think of as the YouTube effect, and that's the future of Steemit. In particular, getting a great deal of YouTubers or YouTube content creators. And the reason I feel this is inevitable, there's several reasons why I think it's inevitable. But I think a lot of YouTubers are still coming off the ad block policy, the everything going on with that. This type of, monitoring of your information and content, to a degree a lot of YouTubers don't like, and some have, abandoned ship. Some have started to leave, and some of them are big YouTubers or have threatened to leave. And when you think of a platform like Steemit, that's going to be a lot, very lenient, on some of the content there probably, or at least at the very least, a lot more lenient than YouTube has been. That's going to, become very appealing to a lot of them as it is. Although Steemit has gotten some YouTubers with good followings. The real large branded YouTubers, I haven't quite seen them as of yet over there. And that's surprising. And I have heard, I'm not going to mention the YouTuber's name, but I have heard, some really big ones, millions of subscribers, who have kind of threatened YouTube, that they were going over to sites like Steemit. Thing is, I don't see them yet. I don't see them over at Steemit yet, but they have a large following, and so I'm surprised they're not over there yet, at least posting some content. But I don't know if somebody talked to them, you know, or things got better and they kind of changed, didn't make a move yet. Another thing I think is interesting. I kind of liken it to, say, if you're evacuating a city, and there are millions upon millions of people trying to exit a city at one time. So, you're not going to be able to do that. It's going to take a certain period of time to get all those people out of the city. It's going to be kind of this bottleneck, as people try to exit out of the city. And I think that's kind of what's going to happen with Steemit, or what's happening with Steemit. I think it's kind of a bottleneck supply of users coming into Steemit. And, that takes time. I think it's going to take time to kind of have the type of exodus and interest into Steemit. But as far as YouTubers go, I kind of see Steemit as a good complement to YouTube. YouTube, the way it's set up with the ad revenue, YouTube just isn't as generous as, as Steemit with the, what they pay content creators. And it can be very, tempting to, want to go over to Steemit. You can see a great deal more opportunity on Steemit, especially if you got, fairly good content and you're trying to get it, over on Steemit. Uh, Also, very interesting. I've heard kind of like some people who use Steemit who aren't so excited about uh, this big um, migration of YouTubers to Steemit. And I think maybe some I think I've heard things like they don't want to be overshadowed, that they kind of like how the system's going as it is, and the economic flow how it is, and the money they're earning, they're just fine how things are, and whether YouTubers come over or other great groups of people come over, it doesn't really matter to them. But I think that, especially if you're an investor in Steemit, let's say you got a lot of skin in the game, you got tens of thousands of dollars of your own money into Steemit, and this money is helping to create this economy, helping to pay out content creators and curators and the like, that you're going to want a lot more money into the Steemit economy, for your investment dollars and just for the overall health of the system, that people can, you can afford to keep enough money can circulate to, keep, paying people, and the value of the site increasing, continuing to increase. And so that it's going to be very important to, have a usership grow, accounts grow, as well as investment dollars grow. So, YouTubers with millions of followers coming in, all that YouTube money coming in, YouTube being the second largest search engine in the world, over 100 million accounts, over a billion users. That's going to be very important to the economy and the growth of STEM, especially, if some are projecting growth like, $10, per Steem dollar. So, overall, one thing I think is going to be is going to happen is I think we are going to see a great boost in the amount of Steemit users. A lot of people coming in, content creators and various things, and more money coming in. And I think overall it's going to be good for the site. So we want that, but I think the only problem is I'm not sure if it's just that YouTubers don't know about it. I think also, as I found my first, I'm over a week now here, and I'm still learning stuff. It's still a lot of things. It's just kind of cloudy. Where I got handles on things, but I'm usually a quick learner, and I would think I have just everything down pat now, and I kind of see Steemit as just this very it has a lot of working parts to it, a lot of working parts for social media, because it's striving to be so much, and it's striving to do so much. And those many working parts, I think for YouTubers coming over and having to learn a lot of the information, the time it takes to do that, as well as create their content and various things like that, I think it can create even that longer period of that transition from YouTube to Steemit, to where we got this great build up of the YouTube community coming over here. And I think there's over 1,500 YouTube accounts, maybe give or take, with people over 1 million subscribers. So we're talking about potentially a great deal of growth for Steemit, great deal of money, and I can see that happening quite easily. I can't predict the time it'll happen. Could be 3-4 years now. We got to also recall that a lot of these very successful uh, um, social sites, before they were even noticed, 3 or 4 years had passed. When Facebook was started, 2004, I believe. I don't think I got on Facebook until about 2008. So Facebook had already been functioning well for about 4 years before I even, looked over there, really even noticed that it was there. I mean, so, all that has to be. So I think Steam is going to continually grow, great over the years, and I think they'll probably have these fluctuations in prices that happens, and content creators and users of Steemit, take withdrawals from their money and reinvest their money and various things like that. But overall, I think we'll see a very steady growth in Steemit value, and so it's looking real good for Steemit. I think we should be welcoming YouTube content creators. I think in the end, especially for investors, that's going to be what you want. So anyway, guys, I just want to talk about that a little bit. Um, Guys, keep steaming on. If you're on Steemit, if you're on YouTube, as always, take care.